Greetings, everybody. This is Scott with Just a Normie, your host. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. And today we're going to be talking about our fourth character in the series. And today it's not going to be about, per se, a villain as much as a gangster mobster, Salvatore Maroni. He was seen in season 3, and if you are new to the channel, we are reviewing the TV show Gotham and their counterpart comic book characters and stuff. The Maroni character was a very short-lived character, and not much can be said in terms of what and how the character came across. But for me, just another typical gangster that was attempting to overthrow another gangster. At times, the character was funny, scary in a way of the known, but other characters on what might happen. He came across as something of a Capone type character, and I think that's what they were kind of going for and stuff, to the type of notion of owning and running an Italian restaurant, the typical kind of gangster mobsters from the 20s, He's basically a character arc rival to fellow crime boss Carmine Falcone, and as I stated, very much in the way of a classic gangster. The character and the actor did well in the portrayal. At times had some weird sense of humor, but had an honor complex that comes with most classic gangsters. The character is played by David Zanes. I have never seen him in anything else, but I could certainly see him typecast in other type of gangster type roles, but I could also see him in regular roles. Roles I'm not sure about, though. The character at times came across in the way of being a fun bad guy, with intimidating and at times sympathetic, but overall just a typical classic gangster. In looking over season 1 with the character, which was short-lived, I think the character was brought in to start things off and naturally killed off in typical classical gangster type shootout. It was an unfortunate, but the way that the character came across didn't leave any room for where the character might go than the way of an old mobster situation that we did get in the end of season 1. And season 1 had 23 episodes, so they had enough, that's 23 hours of content, and it was very Maroni-centric, so, and all that. On the other hand, the comic book comparison is very different from the TV show counterpart. The counterpart was created in 1942, and the first appearance, Detective Comics number 66, written and created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane. The Maroni character in the comic books is far more interesting. From reading up on his background in classic comic books, it appears, without giving anything away, Maroni is made famous for the disfiguring of Harvey Dent, Two-Faced, which sets the setting for the young DA transformation and supervillain Two-Face. It also is interesting, the time period that was created as the 1940s in general was an interesting time in Americana. It also says a lot about the writing and the vibrant colors and shades when looking at the characters. Even being a normal average classic gangster, because when we think about gangsters, who do we look at? Al Capone, Chicago gangsters of the roaring 1920s and 30s, right? It's unfortunate they didn't explore any of this with Harvey Dent. He was in season 1, but they did nothing with him. And I'm going to be doing a review on Harvey Dent, but it is unfortunate that they could have did what they could have, and they did nothing with both characters. It's an unfortunate situation, but also too, I think that when looking at season 1 and a lot of the characters and villains and stuff, like they brought about Fish Mooney. and some other ones that were kind of antagonists and all that, but weren't per se antagonists and all. But it was more of a power struggle between modern and old gangsters trying to take over each other and so on and so forth, like Penguin and Fish Mooney and Maroni against Carmen Falcone and all that. But we're going to be doing a review on Carmen Falcone as well, and his family and his ties and all that too as well. But the Maroni character was okay. It wasn't that great. I thought, like I stated, that the comic book counterpart was far more interesting than the one that was actually portrayed on TV. I think that in many ways, Maroni was very basic, dull, not very fleshed out, and really dropped the ball when it came to its actual origin story and background when it comes to the comic book and stuff. They mentioned it here and there, but there wasn't a lot to it at all and stuff. I did some digging. I did some research with regards to because I just watched the entire season of Gotham, and that's why I decided to do this series and stuff like that because I really felt that a lot of characters, a lot of villains, stuff were very 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 well done. I know that there was a lot of criticism when it came to that of the um, TV show Gotham and stuff, because it's Gotham with no real Batman, just as a kid of that's Bruce Wayne and portrayal. But this is, a prequel basically and stuff and all that. So, but we're getting a little over 7 minutes here, but let me know what you think about Salvatore Maroni. I'd really appreciate your thoughts and stuff. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share this video. I really appreciate everything that you've all been doing, and thank you all for listening, and we'll be talking to you later. Take care, everybody. Bye.